Hello, my name is Scott for SP Gaming and welcome back to Motorsport Manager. We are here with SP Racing. Our drivers are currently in 15th and 17th place and things are going quite well. We are halfway through the season. If we take a look at the schedule, we did Ardennes in the previous episode and now we go back to some of the tracks that we had done in the first half of the season. Munich, we were there first time around. That's what the track looked like. Now we're doing that track. And then Guildford is a British track, and then we go back to Tondela for that. Milan for that, which is basically this little bit here. It's to slow you down before the stretch. And then the Black Sea, which that was the Black Sea, and this is now the Black Sea, so about that. And so we have $3.6 million left in the bank. Our cost per race has gone up to $646,000, and I think that is because what changed? I think, was that because we added the scouting facility, or did we lose some sponsors? We lost some sponsors, that's right. We have Maxwell's Beer, a 1-star sponsor, $150,000 per 6 races. And we have Notifly. Maybe we'll get whatever was that, Wonderluck. They'll give us an extra $100,000. Peanuts. Maybe we'll get a better one. We have 50% Team Marketability, 16% Faith Anthony, and 51% is our breakdown. And 27.3 overall marketing, which only puts us in 1-star sponsor appeal. Was pretty sure you got 2 stars when you are at above 25%, but maybe you have to get up to 50% to get the 2 stars. And that's 75 for the 3 stars and 90% I think for the 4 stars. We're a long way from that. We are growing, we are doing quite well because of course we have a target for the season of 10th or above. There are 10 teams. We can't do any worse than 10. We'll always be on target for this season. Our drivers are sitting in 7th. No drivers have really changed. So this has remained the same. Our car is worse than the grid. Our headquarters is 7th on the grid, and we are 6th for staff, and we are at the bottom for sponsors. Our car is looking alright. We are not designing any new parts because I kind of want to save some money. If we're going to be paying this before the sponsors and the sponsors, we're gonna need about $3 million. So, plus I do want to do some other car investment. We could build a risky part. If we look here, we could do this, we could do that. And if I wanted to make it so that, nice, I can save 4 days off the price, or 4 days off the build time. She's a pretty good designer then. So yeah, this gets plus 2 days, and good parts just get 2 days build time, so that's actually nice. Wow. But we can take that and that, or that. 19.9 days. We could top speed plus 25. Yeah, if we were to build a risky part, 124 of 173, we'd of course improve the performance of that over the rest of the season, and this number would carry over. That's something I will definitely probably be doing at the end of the season. Get at least one risky engine. We won't ever use it, but we'll carry it over to the next season. Here we can do risk level +1, we can do risk level +1, and good components take no time to build. So that would take 11.9 days. but we could add plus 30 to acceleration, giving us a 106 of 130. This is 25 to max. Nope. Plus 15 to max. This would be overall better. 96 of 135. These are only... Yeah, this one's slightly better. It is risky, but that's the whole point. Risk parts improve the performance better than the standard parts. Acceleration plus 25. Really? So this does 135. 135. Seriously. So we could make a low risk part, and if we unlocked this component, which we would do if we built a third gearbox, we'd unlock the fourth slot, we could actually remove the risk. Wow. Okay, about that. So we could build with that, we could build with that, and that, and we could make an insane engine, or not engine, a gearbox that we would not have a risk of rule break. These are locked. You actually need to have a telemetry center at level 1 and level 2. So we will not be able to build these at all. So if we have the extra slots, we can either put additional components in or use the designer's components, which add no time or cost. But we have the original brakes. There is the possibility that coming up, spec brakes in 14 weeks, brakes that can no longer be developed in-house, all teams will use standard brakes. So I don't exactly want to build any brakes just because it won't really matter. If that passes and we get spec brakes, any development we do this year will basically, it'll become one of these parts, which is of course a 150 performance regardless, doesn't really matter. So we don't want to do any development as long as that rule change is a possibility. Anyway, we are still working on the reliability of that part. We have Gary Watson, our best mechanic. He gives up plus 0.7% compared to Billy Evans with a 0.4%, and we get 0.8 boost with Gary Watson to performance. So about that, we want to actually check the headquarters. Headquarters is coming up in 1 week. Oh, nice. Let's just hit the continue button. And we have scouting report finished. I'm done with my scouting mission. I've found out everything there is to know about Ole Ryan. This is one of the drivers we unlocked with the scouting center. He'd be one of the best drivers in the European Racing Series. On top of that, he still has some potential to become even better. Ole has an aptitude for overtaking, but he isn't the best at driving smoothly. Alright, let's check out Ole. 11, 12, 8 feedback, focus, 7, 13. Nice. He'd be good at passing. 6% marketability. That would drive things down. Consistency, cornering. The more yellows and reds I see, the less happy I am. Anyway, crash happy, -2 focus. Born leader. Applies only when first place in the race. Entourage is a temporary penalty, plus 10 morale, but -25 mechanic relationship. And so he is a 3, almost a 3-star, apparently. If we take a look at, oh, that's right. I think what happened, drivers, did I really? How do I know all these drivers? sure I didn't scout them. Did I really scout all those drivers? So Sharp of Panther. Harry Chapman. Yeah, how do I know those drivers unless the scouting center just unlocks a bunch of them? Chica Balcazar, 5-star. Yeah, 16, 19, 16, 15, 10, 13. Wonderkid, potential plus 50%. Burns less fuel than usual. Hothead, Marketability plus 10. Alright about that. Anyway, we have another potential sponsor. 2 offers available. We have Rogerson Ales, which is $500,000 for 8 races. This is $900,000 over 6 races, so this is clearly the better deal. This one just go away, although we are going to wait until we get the 3rd offer. Maybe our marketability will go up and unlock 2-star sponsors. That would be nice. But if there's nothing else, still 1 week, let's hit the continue button. And we have a message. Dilemma. R&R. Hey boss. I've not been feeling myself recently and I think I need a short break to recharge my batteries. There's a fantastic spa nearby that I normally go to. But I want to be able to get the best package just to be certain I'm better. I would really appreciate your support. $250,000. Seriously. Crack out the cucumbers. What's the personality trait refocused? Adds personality trait burnt out. Oh, seriously, I don't want to spend $250,000. How long does this last? This is not the time to be burnt out. Oh, good God. Really appreciate your support. I kind of want to know what both of these are. 250,000. For F's sake. I don't want to pay, but I don't really. We have $3.6 million. Sorry. Andre Gomez. 20 weeks, -1 to each. Yeah. Okay. Could have been worse. Alright. Okay, about that. And 3 days for the factory. And anything else? And we have the results of the 8th round of the World Motorsport Championship, Guildford. And it looks like Steinman Sport, or Motorsport, is in the lead, followed by Panther and Catano Sport. We don't really care about it. And so, we have... what next? Oh, that's right. And there we go. We got the headquarters unlocked. We have a nice brand new upgraded factory. I think we had this part to start off with and then we added that. So that is going to be nice. Let's jump over to the car, shall we? Let's go to improve parts. And now we have 20 staff and we can do 4 parts at a time. This part's at 63%. So what I would like to do, we are going to, let's see, reliability, 75. Other than this, we're going to shift our resources over to that and that. Although with that said, 64% per day. So if we want to bump this up to at least, say, 80%, we would need 17%. We would need at least 1% per day. That would be 1%. So that should get this part 28 days after the race. So that's 63%. 17 days, this part should be at 63%. We could, of course, reduce that and put him on that. You know, if we can... Yep, we'll do this now. What we're going to want to do is bump up the performance of that. And we are going to want to bump up the performance of this part, I think. Yep, let's do that. Now, what are we spending? 796. The costs are going up. Factory upkeep went from 20,000 to 170,000, so an extra 150,000 a race. We are going to definitely need the sponsors. Choosing a vote. We have new mail. It occurs to me occasionally that you team principals may be interested in tabling a particular motion to the other members of the GMA during a season. I'd like to offer you the chance to add an additional vote to this season's number. Now, naturally, I wouldn't be the GMA Supremo that I am if I just allowed you to choose a vote without some form of compensation, would I? The price is $1 million. What do you say? Well, if you had the Politico background, this would be free. So if you want to manipulate the GMA rules, and we could go view the votes. And so let's just theoretically say if we view the upcoming votes, points for top 8, spec breaks. We could do medium length practice sessions. Practice sessions last 15 minutes. I think they currently last 12 minutes. We can do long practice sessions, that's 20 minutes. 31 lap races on average, or 35 lap races on average. We can change those. We could change a different track to a different version of the track. We could actually replace an existing track with another one, or we can add a track layout, be added to the next season's calendar, or we can track will be added to the calendar for so this you could add a specific track layout, whereas this you can add any track. Yeah, about that. 60 miles per hour pit lane speed limit become faster, meaning cars are able to make pit stops at a reduced time cost. May aid cars with worse tire wear. Cost of traveling to race weekends is increased by 15,000, and pit stop events can happen simultaneously, leading to faster pit stops. So you can change the tire as well as refuel. High merit payments. So there's a huge difference between the top and the bottom teams, or high merit payments, large difference. And I think both the Asia Pacific and the World Motorsport Championship use this. You can use equality focused merit payments, which means that the money is split evenly. Every team gets $12.5 million regardless of where you end up in the season. So if you knew that you were going to come out the bottom of the field all the time and you didn't really care, you could propose this to bump up the amount that you were getting, because of course it doesn't really matter how much or where you end up because you get the same amount. Remove double points for the final race, or finale race, should be final race. Remove bonus points for fastest lap, remove them for the pole position, but you need to have actually qualifying. Normal width slick tires, more performance, but increased cost. Wide slick tires, groove tires, compromise between performance and cost. Low profile tires, they are the second cheapest. Cortez tires are all about endurance, might not be as fast. We're using Brutus. Free choice tire compounds, 9 tire and 12 tires. This matters more when you have qualifying sessions, as that will, right now we only need to use a couple per race, so it doesn't really matter. But when you're running qualifying, you do use a lot of tires. Spec engines, we could specify spec engines. Front wings can be developed. We can make those non-spec. Qualifying based grids, random grids, so any driver has a chance to be on the pole. And qualifying based grids with 3 sessions. I've seen this, I don't really like it. It's convoluted. And last place bonus payments. The 10th place team in the team's championship is given a $250,000 payment at the end of each race in order to allow them to catch up to the other teams. So if you're 10th place in the championship, you can go for that, and then you could probably go for the other one. No, we are not going to do so. We are going to reject the offer, but thanks for letting me browse the potential rules that we could change. So we are going to check the car. I just want to check. This is up to 64%. So let's hit continue. And we have a couple sponsors. We have a third offer for slot 2. And looky, Chic Airways is back for $450,000 and $85,000 per race. This is nice. 4 races. This is, I think, $790,000 for 4 races versus, this is almost $200,000 a race. We're going to accept it. Thank you for the $450,000. And let's take a look at this. And Wonderluck is back. We could get another $100,000, but we're going to see if a third sponsor is offered. Marketability has not changed. Let's take a look at our car. And top speed, we're 9th, 10th, 10th. Alright. On the improvement of parts, we are improving gearbox, an engine, suspension, and a second engine. This is up to 68%. So this went up about 4%. Really, we should be gaining plus 1% per day. 6 days went by and we only gained 4%. Alright. And let's hit the mail. Scouting report finished. Max Smith. Max would be one of the European Racing Series top drivers. He still has some potential to improve too, which is great. Max's fitness is his strength, but he isn't the best at driving smoothly. He'd be a top driver. Max Smith. And Max has a 14 braking, 16 consistency, 16 fitness. This affects his driver's performance level drops off during a race. A less fit driver may see their performance drop more during the later stages of a race. So yeah, fitness is kind of important. And it could be that because of our drivers suck with their fitness, that that causes the issue there. We fall behind later on in the race. Burns more fuel than usual. That's bad. And mechanic relationship. You can eventually get up to 100%, although you could potentially get additional traits which will offset that. So this might be useful, but cornering, overtaking, smoothness. He's alright. I don't really care, so we're just going to ignore him. And we only have the one option there. Any other sponsors? Wanchai goes away in 3 races. Alright, about that. If we take a look at this, we're up to 72%. You know what? I am going to want to just... let's bump that up to 0.9%. And 65, 81, 28, and 639. We are 9th, we are 10th, and 10th. So yeah, Predator's improving their parts as well. They're likely, I think they got a part banned for breaking the rules, so about that. And we got the Asia Pacific Super Cup. So these are the results. Not that we really care. It looks like Kruger Motorsport, though, could be dropping down to the European Racing Series. Lucatelli Racing, potentially. It depends on if either of them get any points. Anyway, let's hit the continue button. And so how are we doing? If we hit the... I don't think anything has changed. Yep. And what was that? Any mail? Nope, apparently not. And we have a couple mail. Scouting report finished. I'm done with my scouting mission. I found out everything there is to know about Raquel Perez. Raquel would be one of the very best drivers in the European Racing Series. She has a decent amount of potential, which should help us to see some improvement in her skills. Raquel has an aptitude for overtaking, but her consistency is her biggest shortcoming. Alright, Raquel Perez. Nice, 20 overtaking, 19 braking, and this allows you to impacts how late the driver brakes for a corner and how liable they are to lock up the brakes. So she waits until the very end to brake. Cornering is pretty good, impacts cornering speeds and the driver's accuracy of hitting the racing line. I would say, ideally, you'd probably want overtaking, cornering, consistency, and I would say impacts the driver's mindset and their chance to make a mistake. I would say these 3 are kind of the most important. Braking, semi-important. Smoothness impacts tire wear rates, so the smoother they drive, better condition tires, so it could be useful. Not essential, so I would say this are like tier 2. Adaptability. Let's see. The stat influences a driver's confidence with the car when there are various setup and part changes being made. How exactly is this affected? Do they perform worse if, say, you give them a better engine and they perform worse in the next race? If you make no changes to the car between races, they get better? I've never quite understood this. Let me know down in the comments if you know how this is affected. Because the thing is, when you go into the practice and you set up the car, it's going to be changing. So, with that. Feedback is important for practices and fitness, yeah. So she has slacker, fitness of -1, mechanic relationship minus 15. Nice girl, that's what Faith Anthony has. Racing trucks, +5 marketability. She only has a 20% marketability. And she has modeling tryouts, and these 2 are temporary. So she has a boost to her marketability, but her marketability sucks. It's only otherwise +5%, which means that she's not going to be bringing in the sponsor deals. And just a reminder that we are currently in 9th place in the team's championship. This is currently better than our original target of 10th. Yes, it is. And we couldn't be doing any worse. Report on the upcoming race in Munich. 25 lap race. The lap length will be 3.08 miles. And the lap record is 1 minute 36.417. There's likely to be some rain during the race, with Sunday showing a 40% chance of rain. So acceleration, yep, soft and mediums. Alright about that. We have $400 million. Yep. Alright about that. Let's take a look at the car and improve parts. This is up to 78%. That is nice. We have 6 days. What I would like to do, is there any other parts that need to be, we're going to switch him over to there, and we are going to just improve the reliability of some of the weaker parts that we have. That, and 83. 82. This one. We did have a bit of an issue in the last race where the engine and I think gearbox got very close to blowing. We want to kind of focus on, you know what, let's give Billy Evans some staff. We can give him all the staff 14 days after the race. No. For now, we'll just split it and we'll raise this up, and that'll be good overall. Let's hit the continue button. And so we have a couple mail. Telemetry center, of course, you want a telemetry center. Go to the headquarters, new buildings. Can we build a telemetry center? Yes, we can. Do we want to? $5.25 million. Might be tempting. Can build great gearboxes, and the driver smoothness improvement rate goes up, and driver consistency improvement rate goes up. I will not build it right now, but possibly near the end of the season, or maybe when we get our prize money, we will build it. But it's not a this year problem. Driver braking improvement rate. This costs $8 million. I think brakes are one of the least important parts. How does this make sense? How does it even make sense? How does this cost more than this? When you're getting more bang for the buck. Test track, we could build that if we want to. And forecasting center, I kind of want to build it. If I was to make some big purchases next year, I would probably build the forecasting center. Possibly even the staff center. Because that improves the driver fitness and focus rates. Not essential, actually. And improve the staff stats, which are our designer and mechanics. Driver smoothness and consistency. I'd be cornering and overtaking. I kind of want the test track, although not necessarily for $8 million. Forecasting center, forecast improvements. You know what? This would be nice to have. Brakes. Yeah, but that. And we can upgrade the factory for $15 million, or the design center for $8 million, or the scouting facility for $5 million. We will get a second set of drivers unlocked, so that is a thing. Let's jump back to the mail, and scouting report finished. Diana Bovino, be one of the very best drivers in the European Racing Series. I believe that she has reached her peak, however. Her skills are on the wane. She has aptitude for driving, aptitude for overtaking, but her consistency is her biggest shortcoming. Let's check her out. So she has peaked. Age minus 8.6 per week. Wow. Yeah, her skills will be dropping. Overtake specialist. First lap panic. Wow. Oh no. Yeah. No, not about that. 3 days left until the race. If we go here, we can see. Alright, let's leave that at that. We are going to... Nice. Hit the continue button. And these are the results of the World Motorsport Championship for the 9th round in Milan. And so we have 3 days until the next race. Is there any final things we want to do? We have $4 million in the bank, and I kind of want to wait to see if we get a third sponsor. That might give us a crazy amount of money. Because right now, we are in no way going to get either of these, so it's not going to really matter. Financial management concerns, what are you talking about? Anyway, pre-race gossip, Munich. It's time for a regular roundup. Yep. Beauchamp, yep. 4 races to go until the end of the season. Technically 5 with this race. Claudia Dreyfus has been having a bit of a whinge in an interview with us here at XBC Sport. I'll be honest with you, being mid-table sucks. I want to see the team making a few strides, because at the moment I feel like we haven't been able to show off my skills as a driver. Well, you are mid-table. It sucks, but what can your team do? Maybe you're not a great driver, that's why you're not doing well. I'm extremely concerned about the status of the team's finances. What do you mean? We signed a $450,000 sponsor and we're getting $85K more. There's still a long way to go in the season and the coffers aren't looking healthy. Yeah, we know that the money needs to last. Like, it says we're losing $711,000 per race. 5 races at 3. Like, we're gonna be fine. We have saved up to now $1.197 million with my trait to save 5%. So yeah, about that. We've gotten $20 million from chairman's payments, which was $5 million for the start of the season. Then the race payment, that's how much our target was, and then we asked for additional funds. And we've gotten $6 million from sponsors. We are doing quite well. Anyway, we are going to hit the continue button. Oh, got it. And we travel to Munich. Fortunately, we did not get any sponsors. I'm going to hold off getting a third sponsor. They will, of course, stick around for at least... Yeah, offer expires in 2 races, so we don't really care about that. Then maybe we can take it if another one pops up. Maybe we can get some marketability and bump ourselves up to 2-star sponsors. Maybe. So other than that, we just have Munich. How is our car looking right now? We are 9th in top speed, that's to be expected. 9th now, finally in acceleration. We're bottom there and bottom there. Overall, we are 10th. If we take a look at this, 82%, 80%, 79%, and 83%. Nice. We're almost above 80% on all the important parts. And these have gone up. Let's take a look at the fit parts just to make sure that our drivers are using the best parts available to them. And supposed to be an equal driver with Faith Anthony, but my car isn't as good. What's the deal, boss? Well, you know what? You've been sucking, and I think I give... Yeah, I give you the worst parts and you do better. I give Faith Anthony the worst parts and she does better. I don't know what's going on, but we'll give you the better parts. You start in 6 on the grid, so 86 versus 44. We have 71 versus 25. We have 41 versus 11. Well, we're definitely going to want to use that part. There, you're now content. And your car is better. Now she's angry. You can never win. Anyway, let's hit the continue button and choose our sponsors. Well, the only option available to us is not one shy, RusJet, because I don't think we're going to hit 9th. We got close in Tondela. Otherwise, we are somewhere around 10th to 12th, which is fine. So that, including bonuses, 636,000. Yeah, you're unhappy. Let's race. And here we are at, was it Munich? Is that the race we're on? I forgot to check what all the details were of the race, and yeah, anyway. We have Andre Gomez and Frankie Kinney as our practice drivers. Alright, so we have downforce somewhere in here. We have handling somewhere in here. Speed balance somewhere down here. So what I would like to do, we are going to change up his downforce. Yeah, more downforce. So this has, it's probably going to be heavy on the, not really. Let's go 26 or 16 and let's go 25.5 or 27.5 and 17.5. Put it right there at the bottom. We are going to want to go to understeer and shorten up the gear ratios. Alright, 17.5, 27.5, 38 and 63. $38 and 63, 17.5 and 27.5. We are going to go with, does anyone remember how many laps there were? Hang on just one moment. Alright, so based upon the information I have a kind of a spreadsheet of the Munich track. Track A, 25 laps, 3.08 miles per lap. Fuel usage is going to be low, or fuel burn, and tire wear is going to be very low. Acceleration is crucial, deceleration is crucial, and medium speed corners is going to be crucial. So we are going to want, so 25 laps. We could go medium tires, although wow, quite a bit of a speed. Do I want to take the chance of only doing one tire change and going on mediums for... If it's 25 laps, what I'd want to do is pit... at lap 9 and lap 18. Or I could pit lap 16. You know what, we're just going to go on softs. Alright, so with these are the settings that we have. So handling is going to want to be oversteer. Downforce is going to be within this range, so it's not going to move. Speed balance is going to be within this range. So what we are going to do, we are going to put them out on that setup. Oh, hold on. We're going to change him to, yep, slicks. Let's hit continue. We are going to take the practice, and we are going to, yep, send out, and send out. We're obviously not going to run the fastest lap times, but it doesn't really matter. And previously we went that way, so we have this bit. I haven't seen any feedback coming back. Yeah, I'd say this is a little bit more of a high-speed track. Downforce feels bang on. Need more responsive handling than this. Alright, well, we are going to definitely bring them both in then. And Kenny's out first. And so we got good, okay, and good. Wow. And good, great, and good. Alright, so we learn that. So we need more oversteer. Let's do Kinney first. Balance. Alright, yeah. Downforce probably needs to be dropped. Handling has to go into the direction of handling. And speed balance needs to go towards acceleration. Alright, downforce. We are going to drop the downforce. We are going to go to 26. Good is about 2 pips difference, so that should be. We have handling needs to go towards oversteer, I believe, and great is 1 pip, so we are going to want to probably do that. We're going to want to shorten up the speed balance. About 2 pips roughly. Let's try her out on that. So we dropped the rear wing angle. 26, 19, and 50. So 26. We have good, which is 2 pips. Okay, yeah, that could be. And then 19 and 50, I think. That is about 2 pips, yep. And then okay is about 3 pips, so we're going to need to 2, 3, maybe bring the gear ratios. And if we can, we want to just try that. And our drivers will be both out at the same time. We're the only ones on softs, just because the AI picks the tires for the weather that we have. It looks like the weather will be drying up, and yep, the rain will be going down. Give me some feedback. How are you guys doing? And Beauchamp has gotten the fastest lap. The arrow's feeling so much nicer now. Nice. Now, the arrow setup is way better. Nice one. Do we bring them in for another round of... Yeah, let's do it. And yeah. And excellent, great, and great, and excellent, great, and excellent. That is nice to see. So, with a little bit of effort, 98%, you can, of course, find the... Now, do we want to go more oversteer? That's the question. Sure, might as well. Let's see what that gives us. If this drops down to okay, we know we kind of want to go back the other direction. Keep them out on those tires, and then excellent, great, and great. 95%. So we started there. Downforce was good. Now it's excellent. We had great handling. And now we're... So I'm thinking definitely somewhere right in the middle. We went too far over. Really? Did we really push it that far over? It should have been only like 1 pip worth. Good to great. I'm thinking we want to bring the speed balance down just a bit more. And then the handling. I would say that is where we want to put it. Downforce is good. Let's put them out on that set of tires and see how we do. We'll probably be running, I would say, maybe 2 laps, maybe a third with the in-lap. We'll run a time. By the time we actually, yeah, we should be good. And what I'm going to do, we're going to push it. It's hard to find a good angle for the camera. And I wish the tilt of the camera was controlled by the keyboard rather than the freaking mouse. Because you can rotate the camera with the A and D key. The gearing seems just right here. Nice. Alright, Kitty's coming out for her first flying lap. And tire temperatures are up high. Really happy with the gear ratios, nice. And the reason I do run them on high engine mode in Overtake is I do want them to push it, get a few seconds on their lap time, and just give us a few extra seconds in practice, even though... Oh, nice. Although with that said, we're not even racing, so... Let's pretend we are, shall we? And no feedback. Okay, Aaron was feeling great right now, just right setup. Soft tires level 1 unlocked. And we are working towards... Wow. And Frankie Kinney and Gomez have the fastest laps. And we are going to want to bring them in. Just throw it on high and neutral. Of course, with that said, everyone was putting times on the board with intermediates. So now with people likely switching over to softs. Now that the tracks are dry, although with that said, it does look like there is rain coming up. We are going to handling superb. We're going to bring them in. Loving the handling. Nice to hear. Jump over to Kinney because she's first in the pits. And we got level 2 race trim. So excellent, excellent, and good. Well, we messed up something there. We didn't get any feedback from what I could tell. Alright, so we got excellent downforce. We got excellent handling, and we went down to good. Good, that was great, that was good. So a little bit more top speed than what we had. So we are going to increase the gear ratios at the very least. That's the first change we're making. We're going to want to keep the handling where it is, but we might... Alright, so we... Yep. When we shift to long gear ratios, understeer happens. Great, and then excellent. It was great there. Yeah, we're going to want to stay right exactly where we are. And now... we're going to want to probably tweak up the... Probably not that much, because that was only good. That's good, and that's good. So somewhere... Oh no. Yep, we're going to want to go more towards top speed, so... Let's tweak this. No, we don't want to go that much, so... Let's go back down to 19%. don't really mess with the handling though. Let's... Should we do that much? Let's send her right with that. And we can put her on those tires. Doesn't really matter. We have a minute and a half left to the... We're not going to be getting another flying lap. And excellent, good, excellent. So... that was okay. That is great. That is good. So, excellent is... We're going to go back to that, and now go back the other direction. So we want a bit of understeer. But we want to... tweak that. So that was great. That is good. That is okay. We'll put them on that, and then we can make one final change once we've finished practice. Let's join Kinney. She is out pits first. Gomez is quickly back on the track. By the time we get around, the practice session will be over, so it doesn't really matter. And we have the rain once again. So it looks like we have the top posted times. Not that it matters because, of course, practice has no real effect on how you will do during the race, other than how well you set up the car. And there we go, practice is ended. And so we gained level 2 of race trim and level 1 of soft tires. Nice job of handling, it's much better. Whatever you did to speed balance, it's working, it's much better. And there we go. Excellence all around. And so we posted the top times, although with that said, as I said, it doesn't really matter because we're not going to come first and second in this race because no one else was actually racing and everyone else was on intermediates because reasons. It looks like Munich is, going to be sunny for the race, so we are going to have the advantage if we take, of course, those tires. So happy that Eduardo Mello is at Silva Racing. It's a match made in heaven. Great job by SB Racing today. That was an impressive performance, yeah, but no one else was racing. So it's easy to perform well when you don't have any competition. Andre Gomez had a pretty awesome session there. Nice driving. Great session for SB Racing there. SB Gaming must be grinning from ear to ear. I might be, but not for the reasons that you think I am. And it is race day. So at this point in time, I'm going to wrap things up here. That was, of course, the practice. We had a big management session prior to the race. We got our headquarters unlocked. So we are expanded, so now we can improve parts even faster. We can get things going. And of course that factory level 2 is going to be essential for the start of the next season. Because unlike the first season, your parts start at like 40% reliability. Which makes absolutely no sense. You start out with 70 to 80% reliability in the first season. Very first race. Your cars are pretty good overall, and you don't have to worry about burning out. But At this point in time, we want to take a break here, and we will continue with more Motorsport Manager in the next episode. Thank you for watching this episode of Motorsport Manager, SB Racing Edition. Thank you for watching. My name is Scott for SB Gaming. As always, have a good day.